I literally went back and got another pack of 2 black pairs because I feel like they're more wearable. I just can't get enough about them and I can't stop raving about them to other people. They're a little bit more on the expensive side, so it's not something I would have normally bought for myself, but this product, you're gonna hate me. You're all gonna be like, Emma, come on, I didn't expect this from you. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know I'm in a bit of a weird location at the minute. I'm not sure if it works, I'm not sure if I like the background, but I really wanted to film a video. Oh, something just fell. And I didn't want my background or my lighting or whatever to stop me from filming it because I don't have a ring light or any sort of fancy tech that can improve the quality of my videos. Maybe that's something I should be investing in now my channel's growing a bit and I'm trying to produce higher quality videos. That said, I don't have any of that stuff now and I just really wanted to film a video. It's rainy outside, I feel really cozy and warm, I'm in my dressing gown and I just thought I wanted to sit down and chat to the camera. If you could see my setup right now, you'd probably be laughing. I'm literally at my computer desk and I've set up like a desk lamp and put that behind my camera to try and simulate having a ring light, and I don't think it's that bad. Like, I do think it's working, but I don't know, we'll roll with it. Just bear with me. Anyway, so today, sorry I keep touching my hair, I feel like just so frantic at the minute. I need to chill. So I really wanted to sit down and film, as you can see from the title of this video, a February favourites video. Now this was meant to be a January favourites and it was something I wanted to take up in the new year as a new part of my channel or a new, I don't know, series. I'm gonna run with it and see how it works. I don't know if I'll stick with it, but I'm trying to push my content a bit more and try new things. But obviously January is a very busy month for me. It was a bit hectic. We had a bit of a bad start to the new year, so it just wasn't really the time to be filming a video. I wasn't really thinking about YouTube at the minute. I had a lot going on to deal with, but it's February and I have a week off work, so I figured this is probably the best time to sit down and try and experiment with this new kind of video. So welcome to my February favourites. That was just a really long way of getting to the fact I'm filming a February favourites and I'm very excited about it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos like this, and with that said, let's get started. To be honest, I think the first thing on my February favourites list is this dressing gown. It is brand new. My old dressing gown was getting a little bit tatty. You've seen my red dressing gown in so many vlogs now because I live in it. But I accidentally burnt the sleeve on my hob in my house down in London because I didn't realise that it hadn't cooled down properly, and I leant over to grab a pan and the cuff of my sleeve caught it. I thought the hob would have cooled down by that point. I didn't realise how long it had been on or what heat it had been on or which of my housemates had been using it. It was a complete accident. It was just a tiny little burn, like it didn't set on fire, don't worry. But it did mean I had a bit of a hole in my dressing gown and I kept picking at where it was burnt. And I've just come home yesterday, and today's my first full day at home, and my mum surprised me with this lovely new black fluffy dressing gown, and I am so thankful for it because it is so rainy and cold and miserable and forecasted for snow again in February in the north that I need something super warm and fluffy to keep me cozy, and this is doing the job, especially right now. It's really setting the scene for this cozy February favourites video. So I'll stick with that theme of clothes or clothing or whatever, and the next thing on my February favourites is a lovely purple jumper that my mum got me for Christmas from H&M. Let me just grab it. Oh, it's still on the coat hanger. This is the jumper here. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me swing my chair back. But how cute is this? I love the chunky knit. I feel like I'm really loving chunky knit this winter, and this just, it's such an unusual colour. I don't have anything this colour in my wardrobe and I'm wearing it all the time. I'm in love. It's so comfy, it's so warm. I usually wear like a vest top or a long sleeve t-shirt underneath just for that extra layer of warmth, but I think this is perfect when you're wanting to layer up this winter and you can't really tell if I'm wearing something underneath it as well. So yeah, really loving this jumper. What do you guys think? Next up is another Christmas present. As I said, this video was kind of intended for January, so it is a bit of a mix of January and February favourites. But it's these lovely fluffy fleece lined leggings that again got for Christmas from my mum from Costco, and there was 2 in a pack. These ones are slightly speckled grey. I don't know if you can see that. But I got a mixed grey and black pack, and then I bought another pack. I literally went back and got another pack of 2 black pairs because I feel like they're more wearable. These might look a bit more like running leggings, but the plain black I think you could definitely get away with going out in. Or these, to be honest, like they could be casual, you could dress them up, dress them down. I've definitely worn them with jumpers to dress them up, and I've been wearing them when I go out on runs as well because it's so cold and wet at the minute that these are so perfect with them being fleece lined. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. But they're super soft and fluffy inside, so these are perfect this winter to keep you warm. And again, if we're talking about layering and you want something that's just a little bit comfier than jeans with a super stretchy waistband after all that Christmas eating, then these are perfect. I just think at the minute I'm finding jeans really uncomfortable. I'm not wearing them as much as often, and this is just a perfect replacement to keep me warm and keep me comfy. And again, following that clothes route, another Christmas present was this biscuit coloured coat, like rain Macintosh, is that what it's called? With these lovely cute tortoise shell buttons. I'm not sure if you can see this, it's really hard sitting down, but it's like one of those long beigey biscuity coloured coats. Feel a bit like Sherlock Holmes in it. But I'm just loving it at the minute. Like, it's not the warmest of coats in the world. Like, if I wanted super warmth, I'd wear my big fluffy like puffer coat or whatever. But this I find is perfect for when it's just a bit chilly but not cold enough that I need my huge fluffy coat, and it goes with so much. It's so versatile. I think it's the perfect coat for traveling a lot. Like, obviously I've been going to conferences with my job, I visit my boyfriend in London on the weekends, I'm back up the north visiting my family this week, and I've also booked a holiday to Paris next month, so I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. And I feel like when you're traveling this much, you want to pack light and you can't afford to pack loads and loads of coats, and this is super perfect. It's really thin, so it packs away in my suitcase really easily, and it just goes with everything. And I think it's a good enough coat for most weather types too. I feel like if it was on the colder side, I'd probably stick a jumper on underneath it instead, but it's sort of, I don't know, wide enough that it can fit over all those layers as well, without me needing to bring my big heavy coat everywhere I go. So what do you guys think? I wish I could show you a bit more. I'll try and stand up. Do you have a versatile coat that you go to that goes with all of your outfits? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, I'm going to move on to skincare or beauty or makeup, whatever you call it. And these are some presents I got from my auntie this Christmas, and they're very expensive beauty products. If you watched my morning routine video, then you will have seen me using them and talking about them, but I just can't get enough about them and I can't stop raving about them to other people. And that's my Estee Lauder Day Wear Multi-Protection Antioxidant Moisture Cream and the Day Wear Eye Cream. Obviously they have a pretty steep price point, I imagine, because they are Estee Lauder. I'll just give you a close-up on the bottle. So that's the face cream, and this one is the eye cream. Obviously they're a little bit more on the expensive side, so it's not something I would have normally bought for myself, but I think that's why I appreciate it even more, because it's a gift and it's so special and a bit of a luxury splash out treat. And I've been using these every day since I got them for Christmas because I am in love. I love the way they feel on my skin. I love that it's SPF 15. I suffer from really oily skin, and I find that these are so perfect because like they moisturize my skin. I'm kind of combination oily. I find it moisturizing but not heavy or oily or greasy on my skin, and I find that I don't get super shiny with it. So I definitely think it is a product I'll go back and buy again myself, and it's worth that once a year sort of splash out, I think personally, because I really struggle with my skin and I struggle to find products that work for my skin, and this is kind of a miracle. Like, I never thought I'd find something that works so well. Like, obviously if I am prone to oiliness and breakouts and things, I do still suffer with that, but I definitely don't think this is making that worse. I do think it is perfect for my skin type, and even if I do get shiny after a long day, I think there are some moisturizers I've tried that have definitely made the shine a lot worse, and this doesn't do that. And the eye cream I find really cooling in the morning. You know, when you wake up and you've got quite puffy eyes from sleeping, or like, I don't know, just you feel a bit tired, like this just makes me feel so bright and ready for the day. And you can put it on in the morning and before bed, so I do both sometimes, but especially in the morning I like to make sure I've put this on. And it's like so cooling and lightweight, kind of feels like I'm giving myself one of those spa treatments with the cucumbers and things. Like it makes me feel really good having a really good skincare routine. So let me know, would you invest in more expensive products to feel good to start off your day well? So the next sort of category for my February favorites revolves around food. So one thing I've been really loving this February is a little treat that Yija brought back from Malaysia. For any of you that don't know, Yija is my boyfriend. He's originally from Malaysia. He's just been there for a month with his family, as I've said in a couple of my vlogs now, I think, and on my Instagram channel. But he came back and he brought lots of different types of snacks from Malaysia, and I have been really loving the pineapple tart. I love a pineapple tart. It's just been Chinese New Year, so he brought back loads of foods that he likes to eat around Chinese New Year, and one of those is the pineapple tart, and I just think it is so tasty. It's not too sweet, it kind of feels a bit savoury, a bit sweet. It's just an alternative pastry and an alternative flavour that I don't really feel like I get from a lot of pastries in the UK. So whenever he brings them back, it's such a treat, and I try and savour it because he's brought it all the way back here. Like, I imagine I could probably get them in like Chinatown or Chinese supermarkets in London, but it just tastes so good knowing he's brought it back from Malaysia, and I keep snacking on them and they're gonna run out, and I'm like, no, we need to save them, like there aren't many left. So that is one of my February favourites, pineapple tarts. The next food related February favourite is related to my new diet. Obviously if you watched my New Year's resolutions video, you'll know that I've become vegetarian, and I'm trying also to be vegan, but mostly committed to the vegetarian and being a little bit more relaxed on the vegan, because I do find restaurant options a little bit limited or difficult when I'm trying to eat vegan. So I do cook a lot of vegan things for myself, sometimes unintentionally, but vegetarian I'm very, very committed to now. So one of my February favourites is the corn chicken bites that I found in the freezers in supermarkets in the UK. They're like little square chunks that I don't think they're like trying too hard to replicate chicken. Like, I'm not sure I'm the type of vegetarian that is looking for something that necessarily replicates meat, like the textures or the flavors. I'm just looking for something that is a protein alternative. Like, I think I do find it easier when some vegan veggie products do replicate chicken, because chicken was the meat I struggled most to give up. But I don't go for things like beef burger imitations, because I never really liked beef, and I don't want to think that I'm eating beef or like simulate that experience of eating beef, because it's not something I found enjoyable before I turned vegetarian. But I can really get behind the vegetarian corn pieces, chicken style pieces, whatever they're called, and I put them in so many different dishes. They can go in curries, they can go in fajitas. I did like a risotto with them in. Like, they are just so versatile and they taste so good. Like, some veggie products I have struggled with, like I cannot find a vegan cheese that floats my boat. Like, I am not a big fan of vegan cheese, and there are some veggie products that I have struggled with where I've just thought the flavour was a bit weird, the texture was a bit weird, it wasn't seasoned enough, or there wasn't enough flavouring, or it was too salty. But the corn chicken pieces I really enjoy, and I don't think I'm going to be getting sick of them anytime soon. If you're veggie and vegan, please leave me comments and recommendations below on your favourite sort of products or restaurants to eat at, or your favourite brands, because I'm really trying to expand and explore and commit to the vegetarian and vegan lifestyle. The next food related favourite isn't necessarily a food itself, but you guys would have heard me talking about it again and again if you regularly watch my vlogs, and that is my vegan cookbook that I bought this Christmas. It wasn't a Christmas present, but I did get it in like a book sale after Christmas, and it's called, is it called like the Dirty Vegan or something? I haven't got the book with me, I left it down in London, but I've been using it so much and really loving the recipes, and I don't think I realised how easy vegan could be. I always thought it would be a major challenge, but this book has really helped me to see the different products I can use to substitute animal products or meat and things like that. And I think I do struggle when I search for recipes sometimes that they just have so many ingredients or niche spices that I never have in my cupboards. But I find with this cookbook that it uses a lot of generic ingredients that I will always have in my cupboard, and I definitely make sure I keep stocked up. So that's what I really value in this cookbook. Let me just Google the name. I don't want to tell you the wrong name in case anybody wants to use it. Yes, it's called The Dirty Vegan by Matthew Pritchard. I could 10 out of 10 recommend it. I think it's a really good starter, entry-level vegan cookbook. Maybe if you're a more experienced vegan or veggie and you've been going for a longer time, you might find it a little bit basic. But I think as a starter, this book is for you, and I would definitely recommend getting your hands on it. Another food related favorite relates to tea. You guys know how much I love my teas, and this Christmas my boyfriend got me a really lovely cast iron Japanese charcoal black teapot that I have been loving. I've been brewing my tea leaves in it from Bird and Blend, like my spiced pumpkin and my banana bread flavoured tea, and it just tastes so much better when you brew it in a proper teapot. I don't know why, it's probably placebo. I just feel like I'm treating myself. I think again it's kind of like that luxury feeling of like I've taken the time to brew this in a teapot and it hasn't just been quick. Like I've wanted to make a bit of a ritual of it. But one of the teas I've been really loving is my pomegranate green tea. And I've been trying to get into green tea a little bit more because I've been feeling really bloated after meals, and again that's kind of why I was trying to try out the vegan lifestyle, to see if maybe it could be related to dairy or something. I don't know. I haven't really noticed any major changes, but I have been feeling a little bit bloated after meals, after dinner time. So I like to have a green tea every night before bed. And I've been trying lots of different flavours, like apple and pear is one of them, pomegranate as I've said. I like my mint tea, that's a standard. But the pomegranate one has been really wowing me because it's not too sweet, but it's not kind of like flavourless or bitter. So I really like it before bed because I feel like it's just quite a neutral, calming tea before I go to sleep. I'm not sure if I said the last food recommendation was the final one, but I do have one more, and that's the Philadelphia vegan cream cheese. My goodness, everybody, I've just said I was really struggling with finding cheese that I like, trying to go vegan, but this product, it's so good. It's so good. I can't recommend it enough. If you like cream cheese on like toast, bagels, or if you cook with it, for example, I made like a vegan pesto pasta. I got like a vegan pesto paste and mixed it in with the vegan cream cheese, and it was just delightful. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. You would not be able to tell it's a vegan product. I genuinely think if I gave it to somebody who wasn't vegan or veggie, that they would not complain about it, and they would probably think it was the original Philadelphia cream cheese, which is something I really loved before trying to go vegan. I just think the texture's great, the flavor's great. I think it uses like almond milk as a substitute, and I do struggle with the cheeses that use, is it like coconut milk or coconut oils? I don't really like the flavor. It tastes a bit plasticky to me, but the Philadelphia vegan cream cheese is up there. It is my February favorite. It is so good. Get your hands on it if you haven't tried it already. So the next category in my February favorites video is kind of like entertainment, so books and films, and I would say I read a lot of one specific genre in January, and that's like that crime, thriller, detective, investigative style novel. And in concept I always really love this kind of book. I love this kind of film, but I feel like I rarely read this kind of book. I don't know, maybe I spend so much time reading the classics and trying to get through, I don't know, that canonical list, because of canon I'm a really bad English student. Trying to get through the classics, that I don't really dedicate time to what you might class as, I don't know, trashy fiction. You know, like your classic book clubs or mum reads type books. So I've been reading Gone Girl and The Girl on the Train, and I really enjoyed them. I don't know why I don't read these kinds of books more often, because they're just such a light break from really heavy like romantic period literature. Like, I don't know, they're just so fun, they're really easy to get through. I love the challenge of trying to work out like who's the murderer, or what's the plot, or you know, what's the plot twist going to be. Like, I find that really thrilling. I really enjoyed the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle when I read that last year, which is kind of detective-y, murder mystery as well, and I definitely think that I should spend more time this year reading books I enjoy and not just trying to tick off books from a really literary list. Like, stop thinking with my Cambridge English graduate brain and just think, what do I enjoy reading as a normal human being? That, you know, imagine I didn't do a degree in English, what would any normal person enjoy reading? And there's a reason they're in the top 10, and there's a reason they're on your mum's book club lists and things. It's because they're good and they're interesting and they're for pretty much all kinds of audiences. So definitely want to start reading more of that. And along that trashy theme, the next February favourite, you're going to hate me, you're all going to be like, Emma, come on, I didn't expect this from you. But I really loved Love is Blind on Netflix, and I didn't realise they were releasing a new series of it. Is it the English version or the American version? So I started watching Love is Blind Brazil instead, and I was really hooked on it for a few weeks. I mean, I'm now halfway through and haven't finished it, so maybe it shouldn't feature in my February favourites video, because I've kind of, I don't know, left that obsession that I was living in a few weeks ago. But I was really enjoying it and binge watching it to start off with, because I just love, well, I love love for a start, and I love trash telly. So I really enjoyed that bit when they're in the pods and they're trying to like work out who their future husband or wife could be, and I just think, like, it's so feel good, it's so funny. Like, I would just recommend always having some kind of like TV series on the go, because I am watching a couple of more serious things at the minute. So the next two recommendations on my like entertainment list are Snowpiercer and The Witcher. So they're both very, very heavy Netflix series. If you haven't heard of them, go and Google them or go and watch them, because I cannot recommend them enough. I really enjoy both series. And is it series 2 or 3 for both of them now? Like, this has been a much anticipated release for both of these series. But having that Love is Blind Brazil going on in the background is a really nice light break when I don't want to watch something really heavy like Snowpiercer, which deals with heavy issues like class tensions, or The Witcher, which is a bit like ghoulish and creepy and battles and fantastical. So let me know what you think. Do you like to watch trash telly as well? Or are you all about that serious Netflix series? Now, the final thing on my February favourites list, I'm not sure if this is something that's meant to go on a February favourites. I don't really watch a lot of these videos, or the ones I do watch tend to recommend specific products, like beauty products. But there is one activity on my February favourites list, and that's running. So as you guys will know, my New Year's resolution was to get moving more, not in a way that's forcing my body to move or in a way I hate, but I feel like I'm really healing my relationship with running. We got off to a bad start when I was in school, when I was forced to run around the track and vomited in front of everybody. Bad memories. So I was really trying to find a hobby or a sport that I could enjoy and get behind and get good at. And I did Couch to 5k, was it last summer or the summer before, when we were locked down with COVID, and found that I really enjoyed it because there was nothing to do. We were locked in the house. Like, I couldn't go anywhere. Everywhere was shut. So I used to look forward to going on a run every other day, because it was the one thing that got me out of the house. It was one thing to look forward to. But then obviously when things opened up again and I started my new job, I got busy and couldn't really make time for it, and it felt like more of a chore than something enjoyable. So I did kind of want to reframe the way I saw running and like my approach to it again. So I started up with Couch to 5k again just before Christmas, and we are now nearly at the end of February and I'm still doing it, like trying to run 2 to 3 times a week, but also being kind to myself when my body can't do it, my mind isn't up for it, or the weather says no. So I am trying my hardest to be lenient and not stick to a tight schedule, because I think that's when you can start to hate exercise again. I'm trying to keep it as something that I really enjoy. So sometimes I do it in my lunch break at work when I'm working from home, because it's warmer, the weather's good, the sun's out, and I've been sat at a desk all day, so I'm looking forward to moving. Whereas I found that when I waited until after work, it was dark, it was colder, I couldn't be bothered to leave the house because I was already in for the night. So I think picking those right times for me and listening to my mind and what my mind is telling me about running, or my attitude towards it, is really helpful. And it's really helping me to enjoy running again. And I'm running some really good times, some really good distances. Like, I'm just trying to compare myself against myself rather than turning it into a competition or beating myself up if I'm not running as good as my neighbour or my friend or somebody I'm following on Strava or whatever. Like, I'm just trying to better my own times, and it's not really about the time or the distance for me, though that does feel really good when I get a good time or I run a little bit longer than normal. It's more about sticking to the routine of it, making sure my body and mind feel good. So I've enjoyed this super cozy rainy February favorites video. Let me know if you want me to do more kinds of videos like this in the comments below, or I don't know, more categories you'd like to see in February favorites. Did you think beauty and skincare worked, clothing, entertainment, or is there something else you'd like me to talk about? Please do let me know, because we are growing this channel together. And with that said, thanks for watching this video, everybody, and I hope you enjoy your weekends. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.